Battleground UP is all set to witness an action-packed day today where a high-voltage clash between the BJP and the Samajwadi Party is going to be taking place with Amit Shah and Akhilesh Yadav campaigning in UP's key constituencies. Amit Shah and Yogi began the day in Banaras where they participated in a language conference. Later in the day, Amit Shah is going to be addressing a rally in Samajwadi Party's stronghold of Azamgarh, where Akhilesh is going to be campaigning in UP Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath's home turf of Gorakhpur. Amit Shah is scheduled to address a public meeting in Azamgarh and then lay the foundation stone at Shiv Harsh Kisan PG College. Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath and other senior BJP leaders will be accompanying Shah. SP Chief Akhilesh Yadav is going to be leading the third phase of his party's Vijay Yatra in Yogi's bastion of Gorakhpur. In fact, in campaigning in Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath's home turf of Gorakhpur, where Amit Shah, on the other hand, is in fact campaigning in Azamgarh. He's laying a foundation stone of a medical college, and there are a series of other programs also. There's a political rally that's being held by both of these leaders from the BJP and the Samajwadi Party, the main contenders in the UP elections this time around.
Bande!
Now, Delhi has woken up to the season's worst air quality. The 24-hour average of air quality in the national capital maintains at an average of 471. Authorities have advised people to limit outdoor activities. Government and private offices are asked to cut vehicle usage by at least 30% as air quality in Delhi NCR is inched towards the emergency level. Across NCR, air quality has dropped to the hazardous category. Parts of Delhi reporting AQI of a little over 500 this morning. In Noida, the AQI is worse, with parts of the region reporting AQI of 587. Ghaziabad is close to the 500 mark. Gurugram is at 557. Agencies have been asked to completely prepare to implement measures under the emergency category of Delhi's Graded Response Action Plan, which is a set of anti-pollution measures followed in Delhi and its vicinity according to the severity of the situation. The nightmare situation is likely to see no respite in the next 2 to 3 days.
दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी का ये नॉर्थ कैंपस रिज की पहाड़ी के ऊपर पेड़ों के बीच बसा है, लेकिन इस शनिवार की सुबह आप कहीं भी नजर डालें तो पेड़ों के बीच में से आती हुई धूप हर एक प्रदूषण के कण को जगमगाता हुआ दिखा रही है। पूरी दिल्ली में इस वक्त एयर क्वालिटी इंडेक्स सीवियर से हजार्डस लेवल पर है और सफर के एक्सपर्ट्स के मुताबिक ये सिर्फ पराली ही नहीं या पटाखे ही नहीं, ये पटाखे, पराली और गाड़ियों के धुआं सबकी देन है। साथ ही साथ जो तापमान लगातार नीचे गिर रहा है, उसकी वजह से ये सारा धुआं जो है सरफेस के पास ट्रैप होता चला जा रहा है। इस वजह से जब तक तेज हवाएं नहीं चलती, दिल्ली में प्रदूषण का स्तर इसी तरह बढ़ा रहेगा। नॉर्थ कैंपस से अनीशा माथुर।
पटाखे और उसके बाद पराली का धुआं जिस तरीके से दिल्ली एनसीआर में फैलता जा रहा है, उसके चलते दिल्ली एनसीआर की आबो हवा पूरी तरीके से इस वक्त जहरीली हो चुकी है। हम इस वक्त मौजूद हैं नोएडा में। आपको तस्वीरें दिखाना चाहेंगे कि पीछे की तरफ जिस तरीके से ओखला और जामिया का पूरा इलाका है, इस वक्त कोहरे की जो चादर है, यानी पोल्यूशन की जो चादर है, उससे पूरी तरह से ढका हुआ है। AQI अगर बात करें नोएडा की तो इस वक्त 772 यानी PM10 का जो लेवल है वो 772 पर पहुंच गया, यानी बेहद खतरनाक स्थिति पर इस वक्त अगर कहा जाए तो नोएडा की जो हवा है वो इस वक्त देखने को मिल रही है। चारों तरफ अगर आपको नज़र आएगा तो प्रदूषण की चादर ही इस वक्त जो है वो NCR पर छाई हुई है और जिसके कारण लोगों का सांस लेना भी मुश्किल लगातार होता जा रहा है। जो अगर बात करें बच्चों की, सीनियर सिटीज़न की, जिनको कई तरीके की डिसीज़ लंग से होती हैं, उसके अलावा अगर बात की जाए तो सांस लेने में कई तरीके की परेशानी का सामना जो है वो इस वक्त इस हवा के चलते लोगों को करना पड़ेगा। कैमरा पर्सन अंकित के साथ सुशांत मेहरा, नोएडा।
कि मेरे यहाँ तो सबके गलों में बहुत दर्द हो रहा है एंड सांस लेने में बहुत दिक्कत भी हो रही है और ऊपर से हम मास्क लगा के रखते हैं। सो क्या हो रहा है कि इट्स गेटिंग सफोकेटिंग। डेफिनेटली पॉल्यूशन बहुत है, ये सब हम ही सबकी देन है। इसमें हम किसी को ब्लेम नहीं कर सकते, ना गवर्नमेंट को कर सकते, ना एनवायरनमेंट को कर सकते। इट इज जस्ट अस, जिसकी वजह से ये सारी चीजें हो रही हैं।
रीजन तो कई हैं, सबको मालूम है। एक तो मौसमी रीजन है, दूसरा जो पराली जलती है वो रीजन है, तीसरा जब इस मौसम में अगर गाड़ियां चलेंगी तो उसका सस्पेंडेड पोल्यूशन तो रहता ही है ना। वो हर साल होता है, कोई नई चीज तो है नहीं।
Some news just coming in. Well, at a time when Delhi is gasping for breath, Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal has refused to talk on this matter. He was at Salasar Dham in Rajasthan's Churu when reporters asked him about Delhi's air quality, to which he responded, "We'll talk about it later."
सर, आज भी वही सादगी है आपकी देखने में आई है कि मीडिया से आपने बात किया, लेकिन सर हल्का सा पोल्यूशन आपने यहाँ भी देखा हुआ, दिल्ली का देखा हुआ, किस तरह से पोल्यूशन बोलो बालाजी महाराज।
Dev Ankur is getting us more details on that story. He joins us from Jaipur. Dev, it does appear that this really is a case of misplaced priorities. Just talk to us about what the Chief Minister essentially was doing in Rajasthan, in Churu, and also this refusal to take any questions or address any concerns about air pollution. This just reeks of carelessness, doesn't it?
Well, clearly, Sneha, at this point in time, the residents of Delhi are in a bad shape. They have been troubled by a thick layer of smog for the last several days. And there have been several reasons that have been attributed to that, including that of stubble burning, of firecrackers being busted before, after, and on Diwali. But the fact is that even though the Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal was on a visit to Rajasthan on a personal visit, he was at Salasar Dham in Rajasthan's Churu district to offer his prayers to God Balaji. But when he was asked about a pointed question with regard to pollution, he skirted and evaded that question, mentioning that we'll talk later about pollution. So clearly, as you mentioned, a case of misplaced priorities, a case of not being sensitive enough or being callous about an issue which really has been troubling Delhiites, not just this year, but for the last several years. Around this point in time of the year, Delhiites have been troubled by a thick layer of smog and pollution, and there have been several factors which have been attributed to that. But clearly, the Delhi Chief Minister refusing to address that concern, to address the media and to a larger section of people of a state which he rules,
Yes.
and not addressing that concern, evading that question and moving away from there. Sneha?
Dev, thanks so much for getting us up to speed with those developments. Well, we have more news coming in. The Supreme Court Special Bench of the Chief Justice of India, N.V. Ramana, Justice D.Y. Chandrachud and Justice Suryakant are currently hearing the Delhi National Capital Region pollution case. Lawyers for Delhi, Punjab, Haryana and UP are going to be appearing before the court with reports on the steps that has been taken to reduce air pollution. The CGI has said, "We have seen how bad the situation is. We are wearing masks even inside our homes." He's also asking whether they are projecting as if farmers alone are responsible. That is 40%. Where are the steps to ensure that Delhi people are controlled? What about firecrackers? What about vehicle pollution? Is the question the court is asking. Well, there is mayhem that has been caused by heavy rainfall over the past week in Chennai and surrounding regions of Tamil Nadu, which were visible on the streets as workers from various government departments fanned out to drain out water, help restore normalcy. Here's what happened.
After the devastating rain fury, Chennai is picking up the pieces. Drone shots of the city after the worst downpour since 2015 reveal the real extent of water. Most roads are submerged, forcing residents to wade in knee-deep water. Many parts of the city are yet to get back power. In Chennai's Pulianthope, rescue teams are using boats to rescue citizens.
This is Pulianthope where we are standing. This is the north part of the city where water stagnation been here for nearly 5 days. No power. People are struggling. Now you could see rescue officials are on their way. They are trying to rescue people from this spot. We have one of the residents of this spot. And here, what kind of struggle are you facing in this place without power and this much water here?
There is no power here. And plus we are struggling because of the water. This is all gutter water only is here. There is no clean water. So we are finding difficult to come out and we are getting shock also. During the night there is no power here. So it's very difficult to walk out.
The situation is worse in Varadarajapuram, where buildings look like islands surrounded by rainwater.
We are going to bring you a bird's eye view of a place called Varadarajapuram, and what we can see here is only water on all sides. The view that is being shown to you right now is of a road, but everything is underwater. All the sublanes around this region have been inundated. No visuals of where to keep your next step. That's how difficult things are here.
People can be seen standing on the terrace, staring at the mess around them. Commuting in city has become a harrowing task.
I'm standing in KK Nagar in Chennai, where it's a traffic nightmare currently. You can see around me that most of the roads here, and this is one of the key roads of KK Nagar, it's completely waterlogged. Efforts are on to pump out the water at the earliest, but because of that, and the fact that, right now it's rush hour, you're seeing a lot of traffic out here and a lot of vehicles that are moving on both sides of the road, trying to avoid the waterlogged areas. For many commuters right now, it's a nightmare.
The situation has improved on Marina Beach, with fishing activities resuming after water receded. The Tamil Nadu government is working round the clock to provide relief, deploying water pumps to flush out excess water. It will take a few days before Chennai will see a fully normal life. With Akshita Nandagopal, Akshaya Nath and Pramod Madhav in Chennai, Bureau Report, India Today.
Celebrating the best in Indian tourism, India Today has held the Tourism Survey and Award ceremony in Delhi. Well, these awards are meant to highlight the diversity in what India has to offer when it comes to catering to every tourist. Take a look.
With myriad facets of tradition, culture and vibrant geographies, India is a country like no other, a haven for any traveller. India Today Tourism Awards celebrates the best of Indian tourism. This year's award ceremony was held in the national capital and was attended by the Tourism Minister G. Krishan Reddy.
अगर कोरोना के कारण कोई ज़्यादा इफेक्ट हो गया, एक ही नंबर 1 सेक्टर होता है टूरिज्म। ऐसा सेक्टर को ऐसा क्रिटिकल समय पे, महामारी के समय पे अवार्ड्स देना बहुत बढ़िया एक बड़ा चैलेंज होता है। फिर भी आप लोग इस कष्ट काल में, इसी महामारी के समय पे, क्रिटिकल समय पे भी आप लोग आगे आकर अवार्ड्स देने के लिए जो तय किया है, मैं आप सबसे धन्यवाद देना चाहता हूं।
9 states stood out, with Uttarakhand bagging the most number of awards. Uttarakhand's Tourism Minister Satpal Maharaj accepted the 3 awards on the state's behalf. Nainital's Jim Corbett National Park and Museum won the award for Best Wildlife Destination, while Rishikesh in Dehradun bagged the award for Best Adventure Destination. Kedarnath Dham was chosen as the best spiritual destination in India. Tamil Nadu also fared well, bagging 2 wins and 1 runner-up award. Kunnur was selected as the best mountain destination. The state was picked as the best festival destination during the time of Pongal. Koli Hills was selected the runner-up for the most scenic road in India, while the road from Nangal to Bhakra Dam was chosen as the most scenic road in India. Mahabaleshwar in Maharashtra was runner-up for the Best Mountain Destination Award, whereas the Best Beaches and Coastal Destination Award went to Gujarat's Shivrajpur Beach. The India Today Tourism Awards salute the best of the industry, which is now set for a major leap after being hit by 2 lockdowns forced by the COVID pandemic. Bureau Report, India Today.
Details of that story and much more up on our website as well. It's indiatoday.in. You can also download the app. Weekend programming continues on the other side. Thanks for watching.